How's it going, guys? Dylan from Luxury Lives On, and I hope everyone's doing well today. Now, I'm standing in front of our Phantom for a reason. In fact, it's going to be a very Phantom-themed day, because we're driving this beast to LA to go to a private unveiling of the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom. Now, it's been very anticipated, and Rolls Royce has been very secretive about this, especially because it's been about 10 years since they've actually even replaced this car. But I'm going to go inside, check it out. I can't really show you it, unfortunately, but I'll do my best to describe the car to you. Let's go on a road trip. Alright guys, bags are packed, we are ready to go, and I just found out that apparently it's going to be a record high in LA today in terms of heat. Lucky us. We have filled our stomachs with endless amounts of sushi. We're about halfway to LA. We're gonna get there pretty soon, hopefully, if we can avoid as much traffic as possible. Alright, so we have finally landed in LA. You can tell by the graffiti and the traffic, but more importantly, we need to get changed out of our shorts and sandals because we're going to a fancy event, and we have to find some sort of parking lot or McDonald's to do it. As you guys can see, this is the best place we can find to get changed. A public road in LA. Alright guys, I am outside the top secret Rolls Royce unveiling event space here. I cannot take you guys with me, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to do my best to remember everything I see so that I can tell you exactly what the car looks like. Alright guys, we have just ended the exhibition of the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom, and it was absolutely epic. The car is radically different, but still, has the hints of the old Phantom in it. We're gonna go to our hotel, we're gonna sit down, gather ourselves, and I'm gonna tell you guys everything that I could possibly remember about the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom. Alright guys, so it looks like they're actually filming something at our hotel, so I'm going to walk around and show you guys all the equipment. It's pretty cool stuff. Typical LA, of course. As you can see, absolutely all over the place. And speaking of really cool cars, they actually have a Cayenne pursuit vehicle for the filming. Very cool. Alright guys, we have just made it in our hotel, finally, after all that absolutely horrific traffic. Which way, left or right?
Left.
Alright, left, that's always the issue, you never know. So yeah, we're finally going to our room. We're going to relax a tiny bit, and I'm going to go through the new Rolls Royce Phantom with you. Everything I can remember, of course. Outside our hotel room for the night. I know we're in San Diego, not too far from LA, but we figured let's make a day out of it. So let me show you the hotel room. Nice little lounge here. Nice enough bathroom too, with a desk, bed, and another lounge with an absolutely awesome view. JW hooked it up again. We've stayed here in the past actually. Funny enough, I did a video last time I was here where we actually caught a Rolls Royce Phantom limo outside. But this time, we want to talk about the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom. Let's have a little chat. Alright guys, I am plopped here in front of you at the desk in my hotel room to recall every piece of information I could possibly remember about the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom. So let's start from the beginning, where the event was. The event was in a very peculiar place. It was actually in almost an alleyway in LA off to the side, and there was very nice hedge bushes that were transported and put in front of this building. So it looked obviously very fancy, but kind of off to the side and a bit obscure. When we went inside, there was a waiting area with chairs, couches, and some other people there, and we were served drinks while we waited for everyone to arrive. When everyone arrived, we were guided into this really darkly lit hallway. It was very mysterious and kind of obscure. We couldn't even see anything. People actually had to guide us through to the main entrance, or the main waiting area. In that area, we obviously saw the new Rolls Royce Phantom, but it was darkly lit. We couldn't see absolutely anything. And suddenly, the lights started flickering, music went on, and the TV screens in the background were playing images that kind of themed with the music. Basically, eventually, and finally, the lights came on and we saw the car, and it looked absolutely massive, first of all. You have to think massive when you see that car. Very striking, specifically because it was in a two-tone silver and black color with tan interior. So basically, someone walked around the car and told us all the different design elements, but we weren't able to sit and look in that one. What happened next is we were guided into a secondary room where we actually saw a long wheelbase version of the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom. And that was in a crazy, crazy metallic purple color with white interior. That was by far my favorite spec. In this room, there's obviously other specs as well with leather and different treatments you could choose with the car. And they explained the car a little further with someone else there too. But when we were in there, we looked at the car, we got to sit in the car, and they explained a lot about it. And that's what I'm going to tell you right now. Everything I remember that's slightly different about the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom. So I was lucky enough to meet the manager of bespoke design at Rolls Royce, and he went through the car and showed us a lot of cool features. In addition to that, he actually let me play with their bespoke machine, and I got to build my own Rolls Royce Phantom. Let's just say it wasn't conservative. Let's talk about the first thing that strikes you, obviously the exterior. First of all, it's absolutely massive. It's the same as the old one. It's a giant tank, but it's very, very cool looking. The headlights and taillights are totally different. They're kind of hard to articulate to you. And the body is it's still very sloping like the old Phantom, but it's much more angular as well. Now on to the power plant of the new Rolls Royce Phantom. So it shares a similar engine to the Wraith and Dawn because it's a V12 of course, but they're twin turbocharged. This means that the car can produce more than 100 pound-feet of torque and 100 horsepower more than the outgoing model. Definitely going to be fast enough for that absolutely massive body because actually it's 200 pounds heavier than the old one due to all the technology. In fact, the wiring harness takes 2 people to lift. So one feature that definitely stood out to me is the self-closing doors. So normally in the old Rolls Royce Phantom, you press a button at the back and it actually closes itself. Still does that, but it does that in the front now too. But in addition to that, you can actually be outside the car, press the door handle with a slight amount of pressure, and the door closes itself. There were actually other features too, like a digital display on the dashboard for all of your gauges. In addition to that, heads-up display comes stock on every single car. Another insane design feature that's on the brand new Rolls Royce Phantom is the dashboard. On the dashboard, there's normally a piece of wood or some sort of panel. With the new Rolls Royce, there's actually a piece of glass, and behind that you can choose really cool bespoke designs, like 3D printed metal engravings, or they even had porcelain flowers that you could put behind there, or silk designed fabrics. It was really crazy, and they had tons and tons of different choices. So those are all the features that could really come up in my head when I was there. I know it's not an expansive list, but it's so hard articulating to you guys what exactly this car looked like. Basically, it was still the Rolls Royce Phantom that we always know and love, but it was a little fresher. Obviously, the headlights, as I said, were different. The lines on the car were much sharper and more modern, and the interior was absolutely outrageous. What you could really tell with the focus of this brand new Rolls Royce Phantom is they want to be very bespoke. This is going to be totally different from ordering a Wraith or a Dawn. You're expected to go absolutely nuts when you order one of these. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. This was an unbelievable opportunity. Obviously, being such a car nerd myself and actually owning a Rolls Royce Phantom like our family does, it's very, very special. Thanks so much for watching again, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.